Hey, Ali, hope you're doing well. Ali, I just want to ask you about the line play on Sunday and just how well you guys played all around to not give up any sacks to Brady. I think they only had one tackle for a loss the entire game. Just overall, how you felt the game went.
Yeah, I think the offensive line played pretty well as a group. I think throughout the entire game, right, usually you have one or two guys making some mistakes, but as a whole, I think we did a nice job, and I think the running backs did a nice job running the ball. Tom did a nice job of getting it out, makes it easier as far as letting up any sacks or pressures. So the guys around us made it a lot easier.
Ali, physically, what is it like for you to have it turn around and play again in 4 days like this?
You got to start the recovery. The recovery process is different on a short week, right? So right after the game, you're on the bike, getting in the cold tubs, doing things. You start the recovery process right after the game yesterday, and then today, doing everything you can to get your body back. But I mean, both teams got to go through it, and it's about who can do it better.
Thanks, Ali.
All right, next is Rick Stroud.
Hey, Ali, you guys obviously blocked well in the running game, but with so many running backs going down, what did you see from Rojo yesterday? That was a career high for him that you liked about the way he ran the football.
I'd like to say that Rowe's been running the ball all year. Like he's a force, man. I mean, he's running his feet. He's hitting it hard. I mean, like no, guys aren't going to want to tackle him. I mean, he's doing a really nice job. And I think yesterday he got some opportunities, and I'm sure he'll continue to run the ball that hard throughout the rest of the year.
And on some of the deep shots, obviously you guys got to protect a little longer. What does it say about Tom's ability? I mean, it seemed like in the second half, maybe that run game, that play action game, which you did in the first half running, set those up, right?
Yeah, I mean, I like I like to think so. Yeah, obviously, it's great to have the your run set up your pass game. And sometimes your pass game set up the run game. So when those two work in tandem, you can do some special things and get some explosive plays.
Thanks.
All right, next is going to be Scott Reynolds.
Hey, Ali, good morning. Just wanted to ask you about Tristan Wirfs, and have you been impressed with how quickly the rookie has been able to come in without the benefit of an off season or the preseason, and really handle some of these upper echelon pass rushers?
Yeah, very much so. He's done a nice job up until this point. I think that, and he has gone against some pretty good pass rushers. So, I'm sure he'll only continue to improve. But yeah, like to your point, I mean, no preseason, no OTAs for a rookie offensive lineman's tough, and he's definitely stepped up. And he's got his handful this week, and I'm sure he'll step up again.
And Ali, you've yourself have been entrenched at that left guard spot now for a while. Started at right guard, then had the year at center. Now you've really kind of settled into that left guard spot. What's your level of comfortability playing next to Ryan Jensen and Donovan Smith, for multiple years now?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I think the verbal communication is kind of down to a minimum. You kind of just have an understanding of how the guys play next to you, which is really where you want to get to from an offensive line standpoint. So I think that we all feel really good about how we're playing, and obviously there's a lot of things we can clean up, but knowing sort of or feeling out what the guy's going to do next to you is really important. I think we got a good sense of that.
Thanks, Ali.
All right, next is Jenna Lane.
Hey, Ali, a historic day for your quarterback, Tom Brady there. What did you see from him after that interception? What did you see, the way he responded and everything, and just what can you say about his performance?
Tom played very well. He stayed positive throughout the entire game, and he's a confident player, and he did a nice job.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Stacey Dales.
Hey, Allie, I'm just curious where you feel the most growth in this offense through this stage is my first question. And then just your impressions of what stands out with this Bears defense, the problems they present.
So first, I think as an offense, there's still some times we're doing some nice things, right? But we're still a little too inconsistent, I think, for our own expectations. So I don't think that we've played to the level of our ability yet. And as far as this Bears defense, I mean, the front seven, those D linemen, Hicks, Khalil Mack, they're all very good players, and they've been doing it for a while. So they definitely present their own challenges.
Where specifically, if I may follow up, do you feel those inconsistencies? Because we've seen the yardage increase every week with your offense.
I just mean sometimes through, not necessarily week to week. So like it could be within a quarter, right? So like, first half is not as consistent as the second half, or one quarter is going your way, next quarter's not. And I think that to play a 60-minute game needs to be a priority for us.
Thank you.
All right, time for just a couple more. We're going to go to Steve Isbitz.
Ali, you said yesterday that you felt the line was able to get more pop than usual in the run game. After looking at the film, was there something that really stood out to you as a reason why that happened?
I could. I wish I could tell you. I mean, we want to get a good pop every time, get a good surge in the line of scrimmage, but I think that it could have been, some of the past stuff setting up the run. But ultimately, I think that we just we were on the same page, 11 guys on the same page, everybody tight ends blocking, and running backs falling forward, keeping their feet. I think really helps everything.
And last week, Bruce Arians said he thought you were a top 5 guard in the league right now. How do you feel you're playing, and what do you think of that statement?
Yeah, I think I'm playing all right, and I think that I can always, do better. I think that I've got really good, offensive linemen next to me, and that always helps. And good skill positions, which help, and Tom getting the ball out, all that stuff really helps offensive line play.
All right, we'll close out with one from Luke Easterling.
Ali, obviously late in the second quarter, you guys are down 24-7. Sue comes up with that big play. On the sideline and I guess in the locker room, at halftime, how much did that really impact you guys' mentality and your ability to say, hey, we're still in this, just that big swing there at the end of the half?
Yeah, I think momentum's huge in football, right? And I think that it doesn't take a lot. It takes 1 or 2 plays to feel like the momentum's on your side and that you can get it done. You can start to build on that confidence. And that was that one play that we needed to swing the momentum and feel confident that we can come out with a win.
And obviously the guy that you have as your quarterback now is no stranger to making those second half comebacks throughout his career. Was there ever a moment, maybe in the halftime or in the third quarter, where you thought to yourself, even just, he's our quarterback now, and it makes sense that we can make this comeback because we've seen him do it so many times before?
I mean, I can just say as an offense, it felt like we weren't really putting it together in the first half, and we knew if we just had more time, we'd be able to get it done. And I think that, Tom has a history of coming back and getting some good wins, and I think that that's always helpful, having that confidence.
All right, that's all for today. Thanks, Ali.
Thank you.